Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Bronwyn. This is Caitlin, and recently we did a little resort comparison series where we stayed at a deluxe, moderate, and value resort at Walt Disney World. I told y'all we were gonna film a little sit down, just kind of talking through and comparing all of them. So finally, that's what we are here to do today. I will have all three of those videos linked down below. If you missed them or you wanna watch them, you need a little refresher, they'll be in the description box. Just for some context, for our deluxe, we stayed at the Contemporary. For our moderate, we stayed at Coronado Springs. And for our value, we stayed at Art of Animation. I forgot that all of a sudden.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but we didn't get an upgrade for any of those, right? Just standard room.
Yeah.
The only thing was the view for the Contemporary, right?
Yeah, I paid extra to stay in the main tower of the Contemporary because the cheapest is, they have like an extra garden wing, but I feel like the fun of the Contemporary is staying in the main building. So did pay extra for that. Coronado, we stayed in like the older part, not in the new tower. We did, however, stay in the tower for my birthday, but that's not part of this. And then at Art, we were in the Little Mermaid section. Caitlin is a cast member, so we did have a cast discount on the rooms, but that was the only perk, really.
Yeah, so first thing let's talk about is the room itself, and kind of compare the three. So in all three rooms, I believe we had 2 queen-size beds, right?
Yes, I'm getting them mixed up with Grand Destino now. Yes, we had 2 queen beds in all of them. I think they were all queens. I don't think any were doubles.
No, they were all queen for sure.
I never like went back and checked, but.
No, they were all queen for sure, and they all had 2 beds, so there's no difference. And as far as the quality of the bed, actually a lot of you asked about the quality of the bed itself, the mattress.
All felt the same.
Yeah, no difference in towels or linens. Did you ever, or sheets, blankets, none of that. There was any difference.
Yeah, I think Disney really just uses the same.
Yep.
The same everything, all the resorts. Like the mattress was the same, the sheets were the same. It wasn't any different.
Yeah, the furniture was different in the rooms though. So in the Contemporary, in addition to the beds, we had like a couch.
A couch, which might have been a pull-out.
We didn't try.
I didn't try, but it probably was a pull-out.
And there was like a desk area with like a chair.
There was a desk, and there was also like the where the TV was like a little like, not bar area, but it had like a little thing.
It like continued almost like another desk. Yeah. And then in the Contemporary,
and that one had 2 closets.
Yes, that one
2 like big closets.
Yeah, it was. The space in general was much, was a lot
that was
bigger.
A big room.
And then at Coronado, we had a little desk area with a chair. There was no couch there. And then at Art of Animation, we just had a little table with 2 chairs next to it, no like desk area.
No, there was the little table with chairs, and then that one also had a, it was like a dresser, but it had like 3 drawers on one side, and then the other side of it had a mini fridge, and then the TV set on top of it. Whereas at Contemporary and Coronado, the TVs were all mounted and part of a like unit that was all like built into the wall.
Do you remember the bathrooms?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that a little?
Sure. So at the Contemporary, we had double sinks. There was a shower and tub like all in one, and then the bathroom or like toilet had like its own separate door, still like connected to the bathroom though. At Coronado, we were in a wheelchair accessible room, so it was a little bit different, and I don't know what it would have been like if we weren't in that. But it was just like one big open area between the toilet, the sink area, and then the shower. It was just a shower. There wasn't a tub to it because it was wheelchair accessible. And that one just had like sliding barn doors kind of to block it from the rest of the room. And then at Art, there was a curtain that divided the like bathroom area from the room, and there was a sink with like a very small counter and a very small mirror, and the closet, not even closet, it was just like a bar, was also like connected in that. And then there was a separate door that opened into the shower and the toilet, and that was like a very small area. Yeah. Like it was as big as like where the toilet was at the Contemporary.
Yeah. The theming of each of the rooms, I would say Art of Animation by far
Yeah.
was the most themed. And when I say themed, I mean like Disney themed, like
Well, the whole
fun.
resort is.
Yeah, but the room, and again, if you want to watch the video down below, we won't talk specifics, but if, you know, like fun theming for your kids or something,
like there was
something you're looking for, definitely the value.
There was no denying that we were in a Little Mermaid room. At Coronado, our room like had a couple decor pieces that were the caballeros. Didn't really scream it.
Yeah.
And then Contemporary is just like a nice room. There
yeah,
wasn't
just
really
like
anything.
a hotel room.
Yeah, I mean it was a very nice room, but it wasn't like
Disney
themed at all.
yeah.
No.
And then kind of thinking about like amenities in the room. So with a deluxe resort, so when we stayed at the Contemporary, the shampoo and face wash and stuff like that, they have the little individual bottles.
You get to take that home,
You
y'all.
can take it home with you because everybody loves the Disney H2O
You can
brand.
literally buy it in the gift shop.
Yeah, shampoo. It's really
also,
nice.
Boone scratched me. That's what I keep looking at. And yeah, just a little one right there.
Oh my gosh.
yeah. We're all good. I need to trim his claws.
Anyways, so in deluxe resorts, they give you the little bottles that you can take.
Yeah.
Whereas at moderate and value, they have these little things like
Pumps on the wall.
yeah, pumps like mounted on the wall in the shower, so you can just pump it to use it while you're there.
Yeah. It's
so
the same
exact
products that are in the rooms, but at the deluxe ones, you get to take it, whereas the other ones,
yeah,
you use it while you're there and that's it.
and then even little things like the coffee machine. So at the Contemporary, so deluxe resorts, and then Coronado, so at moderate resorts, there was a Keurig in both of those rooms. At Art of Animation, there was just like a little
Regular
coffee pot. Like they had like
coffee
powder.
grounds.
Yeah, and you add your own water, kind of. It was not great, I'm gonna be honest with you. At the Contemporary, I drink coffee, Bron does not, so I really surveyed the coffee situation. At the Contemporary, there was the Keurig and 10 pods with it. At Coronado, there was the Keurig and 6 pods with it.
Shipped.
Oh, I mean, I know that I could have called and gotten more. I did not need more than 6. And I mean,
we're there for a night.
Right. It was coffee, like tea, decaf, some different options. And
all of them had options though.
Yeah, it was the same thing, but like you could tell it was the niceness of it, of it was going
just like
down.
the quantity.
Quantity, yeah. And like, again, the value had that just little coffee pot thing, not a Keurig. So in general, like you're gonna see the Contemporary is gonna be the nicest, right?
You're gonna see a difference.
But as far as just the quality of the room itself, like the bathroom, the sheets, the towels, the bed itself, all the same.
Yeah. I think that was one of the things I got asked the most was like, what's the point of staying at a deluxe if like you're going to the parks all day, every day? And in that, unless you just have tens of thousands of dollars to blow, there's not a ton of like reason to spend upwards of $1,000 a night to stay at, say, the Contemporary. Now, if you want to have like pool days, you only want to go to the parks for half days, or you really want the luxury of being able to walk to the Magic Kingdom, then yes, it's worth the money. If you are driving yourself to the parks every day, or you don't care about taking a bus, and you are gonna be in the parks, rope drop to park clothes? Nope. Rope drop to park clothes, then if you don't really care.
If you're just looking for a bed to sleep in,
yeah,
the beds are all the same everywhere.
Yeah, like it's kind of up to your personal preference.
Next thing is the pool. Let's talk about the pool, the differences in the pool. So Contemporary, I was sick the day that you went to the pool, so you can kind of talk the Contemporary pool.
So Contemporary has 2 pools. They have one that has a little fountain action, it's got a slide, it has lifeguards, it's the more like kid-friendly pool. And then there's one right next to it that it's not an adult-only pool, but it doesn't have a lifeguard, it's just a big square. And then there also is beach access at the Contemporary, not beach because you can't go in the water, but like they had lawn chairs out on the sand, like you can lay out there if you want to.
Like beach volleyball.
Yeah, they had like volleyball stuff over there. And they had I think it was called the Sandbar, that they had a like full bar, like you could get drinks, and then they also had normal like pool kind of food. Like you get burgers, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. The chairs at the pools were the biggest difference to me. Like the ones at the Contemporary were so nice, like full lounge chairs, cushioned, padded, the whole shebang. Very nice. That one was maybe my favorite pool just for the chairs. At Coronado, that pool I think was more themed to the resort. Like it's supposed to be like the Mayan ruins. That pool, so there's one big one and then 3 smaller ones. The smaller ones are just like your average neighborhood pool, doesn't have lifeguards or anything. But the one at Coronado had a slide, had a fun little water feature. Anything else? It had lifeguards. That one also had a full bar and a little restaurant. Only had 1 hot tub, whereas Contemporary had 2 hot tubs.
But Art of Animation had 0 hot tubs.
Yeah.
And 0 slide. So, like, you obviously, in that regard, go down as well. And the quality of the chair was just like a plastic
so the ones
chair.
The ones at Coronado, those chairs were like, I don't even know how to describe the material.
They were like cloth kind of.
Yeah,
but
cloth,
like
but not padded, just like stretched. Art of Animation was the full-on plastic strip chairs, you know the ones. So definitely the chairs like decreased as you went. I feel like Art of Animation is kind of hard to talk about the pools because when we went, their main pool, which is the Nemo one, was closed. So they only had the Little Mermaid and Cars one open, which both have lifeguards all the time, but aren't as big and aren't as themed. I guess the Cars one is. The Little Mermaid one, nothing could tell me it was Little Mermaid except that Ariel was like on the other side of it. But yeah, it was definitely, I don't know, the farther we got into these stays, the farther we got into spring break. So I feel like there was different people and like the amount of people was different at every resort. But I think that was more just like the time of month that we were going.
Spring break, and at Art, the main pool was closed.
Yeah.
So it was very busy at the pool. We didn't stay very long.
Maybe 30 minutes.
The chairs weren't great. There was no slide. I love a hot tub. There was no hot tub. It was really busy. So I was like, we weren't having fun. The pool at Bron's apartment is nicer.
Yeah,
so
they're like,
just go to the pool at your apartment.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, like she said, like if you're spending all of your time at the parks and you're just looking for a place to sleep,
or even if you just like want to pop into the pool for a little bit, like the pools were, I mean, it's a pool,
right?
A pool.
But a resort, like if you're looking for a resort experience, the deluxe resorts are going to be nicer, and that includes your experience at the pool.
Yeah.
You know, if you're looking for a slide, a hot tub, nice chairs, because you're going to be there all day, you're not going to find that necessarily at a value resort.
Yeah. Well, I take that back. Maybe at all 3, I don't know because the main pool was closed, but at least at Coronado and at Contemporary, they had like the children's activities cast members that were like playing trivia, doing dance parties, all that kind of stuff like out on the pool deck. They didn't have that at Art, but I think it was probably because they normally would do it at the Nemo pool, which was closed.
Probably, that's true. Do we want to talk about dining?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with Art. Let's start with Art.
Well, I was about to just say, like, Contemporary and Coronado both had a lot of dining options. They both have multiple table service, right? And a quick service. Yeah. Whereas Art just has 1 quick service.
They have the 1 quick service that's in like the main lobby area. They have a like pool bar, but like you probably only really are going to that if you're like going to the pool. And the food at Art of Animation, pretty mediocre, pretty basic in like what you can get. It's burgers, it's pizza, maybe some pasta. I had pasta. Not the best, not my favorite, nothing to write home about. Very typical like theme park kind of food. Whereas Coronado, they have 1 quick service, which right now is all
grab and go,
which was still good and it was still fresh. Like I didn't have an issue with that.
You loved the Philly cheesesteak.
That Philly cheesesteak, y'all, it was bomb.
It was really good.
Bomb. It was good.
Three Bridges is now one of my favorite restaurants on property.
Yeah, I think the quick service there had more like complex options. Like they had a Philly cheesesteak, they had like a spicy chicken sandwich, that it's basic food, but they like jazzed it up a little bit. And then yeah, there's Three Bridges, which is a full service. There was a like sports bar that was also open. There's a place called Maya Grill, which is a full service, which is closed right now. They have a rooftop lounge at Grandestino. We went there, that was open. There's also a rooftop restaurant that is full service that is currently closed.
There's that breakfast bar downstairs.
Oh yeah, they have like a coffee bar.
Yeah, like fancy coffees and pastries and stuff in the morning. So there's a lot of dining options at Coronado. And that's not to say that all moderates would have that.
No, I don't think
I think Coronado is a little... I'm a big Coronado fan now.
They really upgraded it when they added Grandestino, I think, to make it worth it to stay there. They kind of had to jazz it up, but it gave some good options.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would say one of the best things going for Art of Animation and Pop Century is their proximity to the Skyliner, and therefore you can go other places
to eat and stuff,
have other dining options.
Contemporary, I think, had the best options. I know you like the food at Coronado, but I think overall Contemporary definitely wins with food. They have Contempo Cafe is their quick service. They have a restaurant called The Wave. It's a full service, and they also have a lounge connected to that. There's a random bar called the Outer Rim that's upstairs. There's Chef Mickey's, which is character dining. There's a rooftop, I guess it's technically a like bar slash lounge, and a restaurant, and that's like one of the best restaurants on property.
Oh, you know what? I just realized this. Only deluxe resorts have character dining, right?
Correct.
So if you're looking for character dining in your resort, take that in mind.
Yeah. I think that Coronado had lots of fun options, but overall, I like the food at Contemporary the best.
I think that's just like personal preference though. Like I'm not saying like I disagree with you or anything like that, but I think like I truly loved the food at Coronado, and so I think difference of like variety of options, Coronado had just as many as Contemporary. Yeah. Contemporary just has more nicer restaurants with you like nice restaurants. And again, character dining, if you want that at your resort right there, like if you want to wake up, get ready, go to breakfast downstairs with Mickey Mouse,
there you go.
You're only
ready
gonna be able to do that at a deluxe resort.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about transportation now?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Contemporary wins.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to the Magic Kingdom
or Epcot,
yeah, because you can take the monorail.
Not right now because of COVID, but in general, normally you can take the monorail to Epcot. You can take the monorail to Magic Kingdom if you want. It's also walking distance.
But the Epcot monorail, you would have to take a monorail to TTC and then
change monorails.
Change monorails and then go to Epcot. But yeah, it's still
faster than.
Is it faster than a bus though?
It's a better view, more fun.
So yes, you have monorail access at the Contemporary, and you're also walking distance to the Magic Kingdom. However, if you want to go Disney Springs or any other park,
Hollywood Studios or Animal Kingdom,
or right now Epcot, you will have to take a bus or drive yourself, Uber, whatever.
Yeah.
Art of Animation, direct access to both Hollywood Studios and Epcot.
Well, not direct.
Well,
because you have to take, they have the Skyliner that you have to take to Caribbean Beach, and then from Caribbean Beach you can get on one to Epcot or to Hollywood Studios.
Well, yeah, it's just as direct as
Epcot.
From the Coronado.
Yeah.
From Contemporary, yes. Coronado, there's no direct access.
All buses, baby.
Yeah, but I mean, same thing with Art of Animation. If you're going to Magic Kingdom or Disney's Animal Kingdom, you'd have to get on a bus. So if you drive yourself, easy. Really no issue.
Doesn't
because
make a difference.
You get free parking, right? If you stay at a Disney resort.
Right now, I don't know if that's like, I had never heard that, and then it was on something, like a piece of paper or something I got at one of the hotels, and I was like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, don't quote us on that, but you may or may not get free parking.
Check with your front desk before you go. Don't give them my name.
Yeah, don't play this video and say, they said I got free parking. But if you have your own car though, it is easier probably to drive different places, but you will always have bus access anywhere. Yeah. So if that's something you care about, take that into consideration.
I will say, with the Skyliner, it gets very backed up. Like we went, this wasn't even when we were Was it when we were staying there? When was it? I don't know. There was some time that we were at the Caribbean beach stop trying to get to the Riviera.
It was when we did the bar crawl, right?
No, because it was at like 11 a.m. I don't remember what, it doesn't matter. But we were going somewhere and needed to go to the Riviera, and it was around the time that Epcot was opening, and I kid you not, that Skyliner line was at least an hour and a half long. There's also signs at our Annette Pop that say, hey, this is gonna be busy. We also have buses if you would rather do that. So keep that in mind, that the Skyliner is pretty slow, where I feel like the monorail moves pretty fast.
Yeah. Amenities and activities at the resort in general.
I feel like they're all the same.
Honestly, yeah, I honestly expected there to be a difference, and there really wasn't.
Maybe not with COVID, there's a difference, but like all of them had Mickey tie-dye, all of them had a movie on the lawn, and that was like really it.
And they were doing activities at the pool.
Yeah.
Just kind of stuff like that. I really expected there to be more, honestly. That's one of the things when we were first like talking about this series, we're like, I was interested to see what activities were available for guests at the resorts, and there wasn't a ton, honestly.
Not a lot.
But again, that may be because of COVID.
Yeah.
A lot of you asked if there was any difference in service at the resorts, like cast member service, and
No.
not at all. And Bron made a good point. Cast members are not hired to work at a resort. They're hired for the role, and then they're placed at a resort.
Yeah, it's all, for the most part, it's all random. So like, even like the people at the front desk, like you just get hired to be a front desk cast member, and you can be the best cast member in the entire world and like might be at a value resort. Like it's not like, oh, we're gonna send all the bad people to the cheap place and all the good people work at the nice one.
Yeah. It's Disney level service everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. Maybe you'll have a great experience with a cast member at Grand and a bad one at a value, but like it's not because of the location.
That would just be coincidental.
It's just the cast member, yeah.
Do you think that someone's first time staying at a Disney resort, like what recommendations would you have?
I mean, I say go big or go home. Personally, like I will never say no to a stay at a deluxe resort. Like they're deluxe for a reason. They're all very nice, and they just have a wow factor that I think some of the other resorts don't necessarily have. Deluxe resorts are also the, other than Grand Casino, which is like, we don't even count that, but all of the deluxe resorts, it's all like hotel style. They also all have a balcony, which we did not mention that.
We didn't mention
They all have a balcony. But it's like your door to your room is on the inside of the building, whatever. Coronado, I think at all of the moderate, all of the moderate resorts and all of the value resorts, it's like motel style, that the entrance to your room is outside. So I feel like the deluxe ones really do have a like, just a nicer like essence, and like you can tell, you feel like you're staying at a deluxe resort, whereas the other ones just kind of like feel like, at a hotel. They're magical and they're nice and they're fun, but like I think the wow factor isn't there as much as it is for deluxe.
At the end of the day, you're still staying at a Disney resort. Like they're all gonna be nice.
Yeah. Even like the ones that are cheaper ones, they're not bad.
No, not by
It's
any
just
means.
a different experience.
Right. I have a question for you as an Instagram influencer.
That's me.
Which resorts have the best photo spots?
Depends on the kind of content you want to get. Because like, I think the value resorts are fun because they have like a lot of like loud and vibrant stuff going on, and they have like cool walls and these huge
Simba and Ariel and
that like that's cool. Whereas Coronado and I guess moderate and deluxe, it's a different energy. It's more like pretty than it is loud and vibrant. Does that make sense?
yes,
Just
like
depends on your vibe.
a pretty view rather than like, that makes sense. What do you think is the best value, as in that you get the most bang for your buck?
Okay, so here's the thing. I know Caitlin is gonna say Coronado. However, I don't necessarily think every deluxe resort is gonna be the best bang for your buck. I think Coronado is.
You mean moderate?
Yeah, what did I say?
Deluxe.
Okay, well, moderate. I think Coronado is probably the best moderate, but I don't think all of the moderates are gonna be the best bang for your buck. There's a big price jump between moderate and deluxe. There's not a big one between value and moderate. So like, moderate probably is your best option, unless you wanna treat yourself and splurge and stay at a deluxe.
So what do you think is the best bang for your buck?
Moderate.
I agree. I think a moderate is the best bang for your buck because like Bron said, I think there is the biggest price jump between moderate and deluxe, but I think there's a bigger quality jump between value and moderate. So I think moderate, you get the best of both worlds where it's not as expensive as a deluxe, but it's nicer in quality, like the quality of the resort experience in general.
The deluxe is still gonna be the best quality, but bang for your buck is probably moderate.
All right, so just quick at the end here, we'll go through each of the resorts and talk and just say quick 2 best things and 2 worst things about each resort.
Okay.
Contemporary. 2 best.
Balcony and proximity to everything.
And 2 worst.
I don't have bad things about it.
I would say the price.
Oh, well, yeah.
And the theming. It's if you're bringing your kids,
they won't care.
It's not Disney.
Well,
I mean,
it depends
Disney,
it depends which deluxe you stay at.
But I think the price is the biggest negative there, I guess. Coronado.
Worst is transportation and everything's really far apart.
Okay.
Best is probably the food.
I think the 2 best things about Coronado are the value for the price you pay, and there's a ton of different dining options. I think the worst is there's no direct park access transportation wise, and the walls were very thin.
Oh my god, yeah, that was awful. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then Art of Animation.
I felt like that one had a lot of big families.
Is this worst?
Do with that information what you will. And the lack and quality of dining.
Yeah.
The best though is definitely the price and the theming.
I would say the price and the proximity to the Skyliner.
All right, that is the end of this little roundup. Like I said, there are separate videos about Contemporary, Coronado, and Art of Animation. So if you want super detailed stuff about all of those, they will be linked down below. If you have any other questions, comment them. We'll see what we missed, and I'll try and respond to some of those. Caitlin probably won't, but thank you so much for watching, and we will see you again real soon. Bye.